Hi, good morning students. Now we are going to explain error analysis for class 11. The first type of error we are going to discuss is called as absolute error. So what is meant by absolute error? The difference between the true value and the measured value of a quantity is called absolute error. Suppose you do any measurement like the period of oscillation of a simple pendulum. You use a stop clock and you allow the simple pendulum to oscillate several times and you measure the time period of oscillation. So, first time when you measure the period of oscillation, some time may be coming, that is T1. When you do the second time, little different value may come. Like that 4-5 times when you do the oscillations of a simple pendulum and measure the time period of oscillation, every time if different values are coming means then what naturally we do, we add all the observed values, all the measured values are added and we take the mean value. That mean value is assumed to be the true value of the measured quantity. So 4-5 observations we have taken and all these observations differ from each other and also they differ from the actual mean value or the true value. So this error between the true value of the physical quantity and the observed value is called as absolute error. Now let us take a physical quantity, okay? Let us take a physical quantity which is to be measured. So the physical quantity measured is A. A is some physical quantity, okay? Maybe length or breadth or a period of oscillation. So first time I will take a measurement A1. The first observation of this quantity is A1. And second time I measure that same value, I find some other value A2. And the third value is A3. Like that I take n number of measurements. Say n is equal to 5. 5 measurements I have taken. 5 different values of the same physical quantity I have measured. So now the mean value is called as the true value. So now the arithmetic mean. So what is the arithmetic mean? I am going to find out. So arithmetic mean is given by AM. Okay, AM. So this is equal to A1 plus A2 plus A3 up to AN, nth term, last term, whole divided by n. So the numerator is the sum of n number of terms. When you add n number of terms as a sum, in mathematics we use the symbol as a sigma. Sigma. So this is equal to sigma. Okay, sigma A suffix I divided by n. That n can be taken as 1 by n like that in front. So this is AI, where I is equal to first term to the nth term. So how to read this? AM, okay, A mean is equal to 1 by n into sigma AI, where I is running from 1 to n. So this AM only is called the true value of the measured quantity, the true value. Okay. So in the definition, the difference between the true value and the measured value we have mentioned, is it not? True value is the mean value denoted by AM. And what do you mean by measured value of the quantity? Measured value may be either A1 or A2 or A3 or AN. And the difference between this true value and A1 or true value and A2 or true value and AN, that is called as absolute error. Now I will explain clearly. First I will take the absolute, okay, absolute error. The absolute error in A1, okay, absolute error in A1 is denoted as delta A1. The absolute error in A1, that is denoted by the symbol delta A1, and this is the difference between the true value and the observed value. Have you all understood? So the absolute error in A1 is delta A1, that is denoted as the difference between the true value and the observed value. Like that, now what is the absolute error? Okay, the absolute error in the second measurement. So in A2, that is denoted by delta A2, that is equal to AM minus A2. Like that, third term, fourth term, fifth term, sixth, like that, so many terms. N number of terms are there. So nth term also I will write for your understanding. So the absolute error in AN, okay, the last term is delta AN, okay, delta AN is equal to AM minus AN. So we have understood absolute error is defined as the difference between the true value and the observed value of the physical quantity. But true value is defined as what? The true value of the physical quantity is equal to the mean value, the arithmetic mean of all the observations. Understand? Now, for example, let us take, okay, example I will take a period of oscillation of a simple pendulum. So, period, okay, period of oscillation, okay, period of oscillation of a pendulum I will take. So, first time I allow the simple pendulum bob, the to and fro motion of the bob, okay, I allow this to oscillate, and first time when I find the period of oscillation, the time taken to make one to and fro oscillation, understand? So, one to and fro motion or oscillation, it takes a time t1. So, for example, I will take the time t1. So, this is equal to, for example, I will take a 2.63 seconds. Similarly, second time t2 is equal to 2.56 second, and third time I will take a 2.42 second, okay, 2 point. So this is a symbol t3 I will take. So t3 is equal to 2.42 second, and fourth time I take a 2.71 second, and fifth time let us take randomly. So this is equal to 2.80 second. So what are the five values? One is 2.63, second one is 2.56, third one is 2.42, and fourth one is 2.71, and the fifth one is 2.80 seconds. Okay, students, you tell me how many observations I have made for the period of oscillation. Here, what is the value of n? N is equal to 5, is it not? Because 5 observations I have taken, so n is equal to 5. Okay, now how will you find the mean value? First of all, mean value, which is also the true value. So the period of oscillation mean Tm, is it not that? So Tm, I should add all these 5 values and divide it by 5. So this is 2.63 plus 2.56 plus 2.42 plus 2.71 plus 2.80. So all these to be added and divided by the total number of observations. So I have added this, okay. So if you add all these, means what should be the value? You have to use a calculator. So if you add these values, it is found to be 13.12 divided by 5. So 13.12 divided by 5. So if you use a calculator, means it is found that it is 2.624. It is 2.624 second. Now you have to observe each given value of the period is having how many decimal digits after decimal? 2 digits, 0.63, 0.56, 0.42, 0.71, 0.80, 2 digits after the decimal. But here after the decimal 624, 3 digits are there. We have to round it off as per the given information. So this is having 3 digits after the decimal. I have to allow only 2 digits. So I am going to round off. So the last digit is less than 5. So it can be eliminated. It can be dropped. Okay. If it is 5 or above 5 means we have to add 1 to the previous digit. But it is less than 5. So I drop it. So this is now equal to what? T mean is equal to 2.62 second. So This is the mean value only. This is only the mean value, which is equal to what? A true value. So this is equal to the true value. The mean value is also called as the true value. But now the absolute error in each measurement, the absolute error in the measurement of T1, T2, T3 up to T5, I have to find out, is it not? So for that, what is the absolute error? Now you see here, absolute error in A1 is what? AM minus A1, is it not? Okay, like that in this example, the absolute error in the measurement of T1, that must be equal to what? T mean minus T1, is it not? So same like that I am going to write on this side. Okay, are you ready? Okay, I will write on this side itself. Now you can tell me by looking at this formula on the right hand side. So absolute error in A1 means what? Delta A1. Like that now I will write absolute error in the measurement of T1. So this is denoted by delta T1. Instead of delta A1, I have to write delta T1. And instead of AM minus A1, what I should write? T mean minus T1. Now you have to recall the definition again and again. Absolute error is always defined as what? The difference between the true value of the physical quantity and the observed value of the physical quantity. So first time when you oscillated the pendulum and you have measured the time taken, T1, is it not? So that is T1. How much time you have taken? 2.63. Okay, but what is the true value we have calculated? 2.62. So this difference between 2.62 and 2.63 only is called absolute error in the measurement of T1 alone. So you can tell me now. So this is equal to, so this is now equal to T mean is what? 2.62. So 2.62 minus 2.63. So this is minus 2.63. So this is now equal to smaller number minus a greater number is coming, is it not? A smaller number minus greater number is negative. So it is negative. So it is minus 0.01 second. This, have you understood? Smaller number minus bigger number. This absolute error may be positive or it may be negative also. Is it not? Like that, now you can tell me. Similarly I will write, okay, similarly. So what is delta T2, which is the absolute error in the measurement of T2. So this must be equal to Tm minus T2. And what is T mean? T mean is 2.62. So this is 2.62 minus what is T2? 2.56. So this is what? 2.56. And this is equal to what? What is the difference, you tell me? Is it positive or negative first of all? So this is a greater number minus lesser number. So this is plus 0.06 second. Okay, plus 0.06 second. Okay, like that. Now what is the absolute error in the measurement of T3 is equal to T mean true value minus observed value T3. So this is equal to 2.62 minus 2.42. So this is smaller. So 2.42. So what is this? Positive. So this must be equal to what? 0.2. Okay, 0.20 second. 0.20 second. Like that, the absolute error in the measurement of T4 is delta T4, that is equal to T mean minus T4, that is equal to 2.62 minus what is the fourth one? 2.71. So this is 2.71. Now smaller number minus bigger number. It is a negative, is it not? So must be minus. So this must be minus. So this is 0.09, is it not? 0.09. Understand that? So like that, the unit is second. The last one is delta T5. So this is the absolute error in the measurement of T5. That is equal to T mean minus T5. That is equal to 2.62 minus the last value is 2.80. So 2.80. So again smaller number minus a bigger number. So it is again what? Negative. Is it not? So the last one is 2.80. Now 80 minus 62 is what? 0.18. So it is minus 0.18. So minus 0.18 second. Is it right? Okay. Now what we are going to do? We have first found the absolute error in T1, in T2, T3, T4 and T5. So absolute error in any physical quantity is defined as the difference between the true value or the mean value and the observed value. So very clearly you keep in your mind that absolute error has to be calculated for each observation, individual observation, whereas the following errors and all, they will be calculated only once as a total, whereas absolute error should be calculated for each and every individual observation. Okay, now I am going to find out the mean value. Okay, that is the next type of error. That is the next type of error. So the next type of error is what? Mean of absolute error. That is called as mean absolute error. So that will be shown in the next video. Okay, that will be shown in the next video. Fine. Okay.